You.
What's good, brother?
What's good? Pig juice? I mean,
Oh man, it's a lot. It's a lot going on, bro. A lot going on,
big docket, big docket.
bro. Since a brother took off last week, man, New York City been in shambles, brother. I don't know what's going on.
Been nasty. It's been nasty outside, man. I've been staying inside a lot more often just because it's been so nasty out there.
Mm-hmm. It's so nasty, man. Your boy been down the last 36 hours, man. I feel like COVID 18, 19, and 20 came after a brother.
They're coming back for they coming back for they get back. They said we missed you last year. We're gonna come back with the vengeance.
Yo, man, doing way better than yesterday. I can tell you that much.
If there's any positive to COVID, don't get me wrong. The first 36 hours is trash, but if you make it, that 36 to 48 hour window is not as bad as the first one was. So, all right, happy on the downhill of that though. It's nasty though.
Big facts, man. But
how
about you, brother?
The kids, Lennox, man, he was fighting something over the weekend. His nighttime cough was gonna sound like he was going through a pack of Newport today. I was looking at him like, bro, that's something you want to talk. What's going on in school, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying, like, something you want to talk about? You've been hitting the old sandlot a little too hard. You know what I'm saying? But he's on the downhill of that too. But the kids was getting it. Adults is getting it. It's outside, man. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, lucky enough, I did not have COVID. You know what I'm saying? That was just really for, sad to say, comedic value. But for those who are going through it, man, I totally get it, man. It is rough.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I didn't test him either. But you know what it is? I mean, it's 2024. You don't want the stigma of it on you if you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. Nah, I just got a cold. I just got a flu. Did you touch yourself? I said I just got a cold. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to test myself every time I got a cold. You know what I'm saying? But
and the real talk of it is I got to be in the office, so I don't want nobody to see me in the office tomorrow. Like, yo, man, you said you got COVID. What the hell you doing here? Like,
I was just potting, man. You gotta separate that. You gotta separate that. I was just potting. Or no mask, no mask, no entry. That's not me today.
Yes, sir. But how's everything on your end, brother?
Everything's been pretty good. Couple things happened this week, kind of threw me for a loop. I was telling you last time we was here, office was doing the move. And hey, man, moving's trash, bro. Like listen, we'll get into a little bit, but my IT skills were at their maximum this past week, bro. Pure maximum this week. I couldn't do it. Trying to get your own shit set up and helping everybody else with their shit at the same time. It's like, fam, Can I read my manual first? You know what I'm saying? But it's rough, man. It's rough. But outside of that, it's been good, man. Hey, man, your goddaughter, man, she started flag football this past week, man.
What?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I was, you know Savannah. You know what I'm saying? I know Savannah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, she came home last week. Now 2 weeks ago. Now she's like, yo, I made the flag football team. We was super hyped. Like, yo, congrats, baby. You know what I mean? She's been fake talking about it off and on, but kids, like, they like something 1 week and next week they don't even talk about it. But she's been steadily talking about this for a couple months. So they came up at the school. She's like, cool, sound on, made the team. Super proud of her. Then the first game came. I just want to let you know as a disclaimer, listen, I have high hopes as a parent. You know what I'm saying? And it might just be the old sport person in me, but there were certain points throughout the game when I was like, yo, babe, am I bugging? Am I doing too much? She's like, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just what, you know what I'm saying? But there was a halftime issue where I felt this is when I knew like my standards are too high. You know what I'm saying? It was like halftime came. We was down big at halftime. I'm talking like 28 zip, right? We getting smoked. Right, so halftime come and the coach leaves the defense on the field because we'll be on defense come it's third quarter. I walked over to the coach. I walked over the field. I'm like, hey man, it's halftime. You want to regroup? Get like a Ray Lewis speech or something for the team? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I know. Hey, I know we're not coming back, but hey, get the morale up. He looked at me and said, "Sir, I know how to run this team. We're running defense right now." I'm like, I'm looking around like running defense. Wow, sir, this is. You're in the middle of halftime. He said, I would know if this is halftime. We're good over here, sir. I'm like, we are good. now I'm turning around. I'm on the field. Yo, ref! Turned around. Yes. Is this halftime? Yes, you got 2 more minutes. I was like, thank you. I looked at the coach. He's like, oh shit, it is halftime. I'm like, and that's what, and that's when I knew my standards were too high for this game. That's when I said, you know what? I'm just gonna enjoy the moment of my baby playing football for the first time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let them 4 interceptions that she threw out, just throw that out the window, and I'm gonna be like, yo, and I would just be like, hey man, my baby playing football. It is what it is, but I gotta lower my standards, and now they are low. They are super low now.
Hey man, hey, listen, you know, that's growth, man. That's progress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if young Kenny would have even said all that. It would probably been like a quick elbow to the face or some shit.
Real fast, real quick, because they're not getting it. It wasn't getting it. It wasn't getting it. But how was you, man? How was your week? Outside of battling the white blood cell count. How are you doing?
Everything is cool, man. Listen, hit the ground running. We'll get into the Dallas trip in a few. But hit the ground running. Still in the midst of Hispanic Heritage Month. Got a really good event happening tomorrow. And just getting geared up for everything that's happening. It's also Disability Awareness Month now that we're in October. So there's a lot of cool events that are going on to bring awareness to that. And, this podcast, man, I know me and you got a lot of good things coming. So just excited about everything that's coming along with everything, brother. Just blessed and thankful. That's all I can be.
Man. So blessed and thankful. October should be a good one. Looking for a good wrap of the year. Get a wrap to the year. For sure.
Yes. So listen, I remember for years waking up in the morning and, my father, my mother will always talk about the weather, and it was really just like always this, like, yeah, all right, it's raining. Yeah, all right, it's cold, whatever. But now that I'm getting older, I'm running into people who like really have the weather down pat. Like they will break it down to you and let you know like what the precipitation means when you see that there's going to be rain in your area, how to really tell when it's going to hit you and what like what's the severity of the weather when it hits you. Did you ever really like analyze the weather in that sense?
I only started analyzing the weather with the old folk when I saw mom rubbing the kneecaps. I'm like, why are you rubbing your knee? It's about to rain, baby. I'm like, yeah. And sure enough, about 4 to 5 hours later, because of precipitation. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started paying attention a little bit more. And at that point, I'm just looking for the knee rub. That's when I knew that if I should grab my jacket and not on the way out.
Yeah, man. I got these 2 colleagues at work. They got weather down to a science. Like you can think that your outside gathering is about to get rained out. But if you go to them, they are the confirmation if you should still have it or not. And they have not let me down yet once. My wife got to experience one time where he literally broke down like how you can tell where the weather's going and just pretty much broke it down to a science. I am not going to do him any injustice by trying to replicate it on this show. But I just want to know if anybody else out there, like when y'all know the weather's coming, do y'all really like go into the forecast and really start to put together, all right, what time is this going to hit my area? So I know, all right, we got to blow the cake by this time and sing happy birthday and get everybody inside before 5:15, like to a science.
I wish I was that in tune with the weather. I would have been a meteorologist. Like they got the best job in the world, man. Like, hey, you're going to show up. I need you to read that computer and tell everybody what you think you saw. Might be right, might be wrong, might be off completely. But I need you to come back tomorrow at 10 o'clock and do it all over again every day. It's like, gotcha, boss. Gotcha, boss. I can do that.
Yeah. It's to a point where I wish, like, if it really was bad weather, you could cut it off just like they cut the mics off during JD Vance and Tim Walz last night. And speaking of the vice presidential candidate debate, man, I didn't get a chance to watch it. Did you?
I saw a couple of clips, but they seemed a bit more friendlier than their bosses. I was happy. I don't know if I was happy or mad at that, but I was getting a consensus. It's like, yo, man, I know our bosses don't like each other, but we cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was getting that mantra throughout the clips I was seeing. I was just like, maybe it was smoother than everybody said it was. Like, you said you didn't see it though. Did you catch any clips?
The only one I saw is when they actually cut the mics off because they didn't want to listen to the moderators. And I'm like, where was this during the presidential candidate debate?
I think if you do it to the president, it's wild disrespectful. But the VP is like, we can cut their bikes. Ain't nobody gonna worry about that.
Oh, where's the
Sorry,
respect?
but hey, man, nothing personal. But unless the guy in front of me, yeah, we don't really need you yet. You know what I mean, on the forefront. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they kind of
Nah,
mics.
it makes sense because it's almost like when you send an email to somebody and they totally overlook it, but then your boss sends the same email or just forwards and say, "Hey, can you look below?" And they finally respond. You're like, "What?"
Yo, the whole response is different. You know what I mean? I get the hope as well at the beginning and all that. It's like, yo, I ain't getting none of that on my response.
None of that.
Yeah, I mean, you ever have to coach your boss like, yo, man, I need you to see it. I need you to send the same notice from your handle.
Absolutely.
It works. It works a lot, and they hate it. They're like, no, you can send it. They're like, it's not gonna hit the same.
Yeah.
I need this to come from yo.com.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It never hits the same, man. It never hits the same. But yeah, man, aside from that, my son, he did a sort of like a learn about me post at school. It was several different article postings of like what was like his best moments, who's his hero, and it was pretty cool to see him starting to come into describing himself and what he's enjoyed. But I think the thing that hit home the most was how much he enjoyed the Mexico trip. I mean, I know physically being there and seeing him smile and having fun was good, but then to see him actually like articulate that in writing to someone else, it really just it hit me at home. So yo, man, it still amazes me, and I know it's like, yeah, they're growing up, they're going to continue to show you their personalities, but every moment that it happens, man, it's always a joy.
That's what's up, and it's a dope gift because you don't get to see the growth when you're there day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? I can't say, it's just like the gym. I can't relate. But when you go to the gym the first week, you're not going to see the results. But if you keep going over time, you'll start to see the results of weeks and months. You know what I'm saying? But but you're there day in and day out, you don't get to see it. But when these milestones happen, that's super dope. Like every time I see him, it's a brand new thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know you was doing that. He goes, he look at me like old news, like, yeah, nigga, like you ain't know I was doing this. It's like you ain't call me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can press him now. It's like I ain't found out. I ain't get the link. You know what I'm saying? 2024. You could have sent the link, bro. But yeah, that's what's up, man. Congrats to him, man. Progress is always fun.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, a lot of birthdays this week, man. Got to send a shout out. Got to send these shout outs. But the missus, man. How are these weekday birthday celebrations working, man?
You know what's so funny? I had plans for her all Monday, but the day before, my son hits us with oh, wait a minute. So y'all leaving me? So how am I going to celebrate your birthday? And I'm like, you can celebrate it the next day. He's like, well, that's not really cool, but I guess it's all right. And I'm just there like, oh, so you just gonna guilt trip your daddy right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like
in front of moms.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's straight looking at us like, when did we start doing this? Like I'm always usually around for like the initial birthday celebration. Then y'all go do y'all grown-up stuff. So we kept it cool around the crib, you know what I'm saying? He actually did spend some time, you know what I mean? But he's still a little sarcastic, little, you know what, man? So like I don't know where he gets it from, but he's just very sarcastic these days. I don't know.
We could blame it on school, but we know where he sleeps. I feel you, bro. Kids are sponges, man. Kids are sponges. But happy birthday, man. More life, more celebrations, all that good stuff. The Miss Shay, Miss Sweet things out there in the streets. But 20 plus luggage. How's the knees, man? The knees still working? Getting up? Any cracking? Any popping?
It's funny. The knees were already in bad shape, so I can't really tell you anything's gotten worse. But she's a survivor, man. You know what I mean? She'll slow step through anything if she got to. You know what I mean? As long as she can step, she can step. But yeah, this Saturday we'll definitely celebrate the way we always do. But yes, happy birthday to my lovely wife.
That's what's up. Another birthday today, actually. Mom Dukes, the big 6'5". You know what I mean? I don't know what the number is in Spanish. After 50, it gets fuzzy for me. But yeah, man, shouts to her. Big. Yeah, she outside. She got a whole booth on. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop this 2-step. Not gonna stop that 2-step. But shouts to her. Happy birthday. As always, more life, more blessings, more celebrations. On to another year. But yeah, the big 6'5". I called her earlier today. I'm like, hey, happy birthday. How you feeling? How you doing? She's like, get all that. I'm going to get my Metro card. I'm like, what you mean your Metro card? She said, I'm 65, baby.
Oh
I'm like,
yeah.
she's like half off the Metro. I said, oh, that's right. I heard
Yeah.
rumors about that, but I didn't know how valid it was. She said, oh, it's valid, all right. I'll call you back. I'm online. I was like, damn, all right. I ain't heard from her since. She might she might
Yeah.
she might be uptown on half a ticket. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, man, my sister, man, love her to death, man, love her to life, I should say. Um, hardest working person I probably ever known, and she continues to be, the pillar of our family. So, shout out to you, man. 65, woo, gotta love it, man. Gotta love it.
Got mad
Um,
stories.
for sure, for sure. And early B-Day shout outs to Christina, man. You know who you are, man. That's the family right there. Birthday
Huh?
coming up this weekend. Shout out to you. A lot of Libras, man. A lot of Libras in the family, man. I don't know how we do this shit.
Oh,
I
you're
really
packing
don't.
this. You're starting to kind of fill this shit out. It's no safe weekend no more. I don't think it's a safe weekend until November. Not I can't even say November, but
Yeah,
yeah. I got this shit locked the fuck up.
yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty much,
that's what's
pretty
up.
much,
That's
man.
what's up.
Definitely. So bit of a shift here. Just want to send our ultimate prayers to those who have been impacted by Hurricane Helene. Some of
Mm.
the images just so tragic. I know there's people who've lost their lives, people who've lost loved ones, people who have lost their houses, their belongings. So really just hoping that for those who are just trying to piece things together, you're getting the support and strength that you deserve, man. Just terrible to see stuff like this.
Sure, and I know. I hope not that the timing was inconvenient for anyone, but I feel like the forewarning wasn't as great as a lot of the hurricanes are. It's weird. The
Mm.
ones I feel they over sensationalize the outcome are, thank God isn't as tragic. But the ones they kind of downplay, kind of put to the side, like yeah, it's on the way, but yada yada yada. Those be the heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? So everybody I
Yeah,
don't think was fully prepared for the impact that it had on land. But like you said, our thoughts, prayers, and condolences. Hope everybody can be able to get safe, and hopefully FEMA comes sooner than they did for the last ones that were this impactful.
absolutely. And then tonight, definitely wishing Shana Tova to those who are celebrating Rosh Hashanah. It begins tonight. I believe it began tonight at sundown, and it is through I think Friday sundown. Have a lot of Jewish colleagues that I work with, man. So I hope you all are celebrating peacefully. October 1st was also National Latino Physicians Day. It looks like this was actually established in 2022 due to the lack of representation by Latino physicians. COVID was a big outlier for exposing that representation being lacked. So, yeah, National Latino Physicians Day.
Listen, I'm happy for the exposure. I love the fact that I would say under spoken about communities are getting brought to the forefront. But we got to get a handle on the amount of days and months and celebrations that aren't on the calendar that I need to know about that I can't get in tune with. Like, I need to know who is spoken to get these days on the calendar. Is it the calendar companies? Is it big tech? Is it them?
Honestly, man, I think you just need a group, a tight group that has some sort of power and plug to make your day official. That you want to
All right.
recognize something of notoriety, man.
Do I need 500 signatures? Like what's the cut? What's the cap?
Right?
You know what I'm saying? I got to find out. I got a couple of days I need to add. You know what I'm saying? A couple of days I need to add for myself.
Definitely. But yo, big shout out to Nola Rowe. You've seen her on this podcast when we were talking about gaslighting. You've seen us on her podcast. She hosted the president of Guyana, Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali, at her Waterfall Lounge. I repeat that, her Waterfall Lounge in East Flatbush while he was in town visiting the United Nations. Man, Nola continues to be just a pure role model, great businesswoman. And she continues to do amazing things, man. Shout out to her for hosting such an impactful event.
That's what's up. Shouts to Nola. Shouts to Nola.
Definitely. And as we continue the recognitions, man, shout out to my homie Katari, another person who was on our podcast, also on the Gaslighting podcast. She actually just started her own platform, the Real Cat V. She's creating her own platform to support women empowerment and mental health. She had her first conversation over this weekend and will be continuing her conversations going into October 6th with special guest minister JP. So if you're not following her yet, go follow the Real Cat V. Very amazing woman and Latina. So make sure y'all go follow her, especially it being Hispanic Heritage Month. Really just goes in line with all this celebration that we're doing.
October's loaded. It's the second.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. It's super. Yeah, and it's super motivating to see everybody just going after exactly what they want to do, because that just inspires me and us to keep doing what we're doing. So that's really good. And then I just want to send a special shout out to the people pleasers. I had some really good conversations over the last week, really good, candid conversations with people who are just naturally prone to making people happy. They put people first a lot of times before themselves, and they know at times it can hinder their own progress or their own happiness, but they can't help it. So I think we do need to show them a little love, a little recognition. But honest to God, we do not deserve you, because if you are not getting that reciprocation of that love and support that you're showing these people to please them, honestly, they don't deserve you. But shout out to y'all.
Do you consider yourself a people pleaser, sir?
No.
Now, see, with me, it's like I met the criteria, but like the follow through is always what gets me, man. It's always a follow through. I'll be like, oh yeah, just hook that up into there, you should be good, and then I disappear. They go, wait, what was step 3 again? And you can't find me at that point. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a part time.
No, definitely, you definitely meet the criteria, brother. So I'll be the first one to say we don't deserve you.
we outside helping out. Oh man,
definitely. But listen, man. As y'all know, last week we moved the live to Tuesday. Had to handle some business out in Dallas, but it was amazing, man. It was a conference for healthcare executive officials throughout the country. Got to network about a lot that's going on in the healthcare space. Some of it you hear us talk about on here. But listen, it was a nice networking at the events. I stayed at the Gaylord Texan in Grapevine, Texas. Really, really good resort, man. They got their own like water park in there, their own little lounge called the Glass House. And it's big. It's like a barn, but you can have fun in there. It got a stage out. Like it was really good. And then the second networking event was at Rayleigh Underground. They actually had bourbon tasting in there. That was interesting to partake in.
Daytime or nighttime?
It was nighttime.
Ooh, even better. Go ahead.
Yeah. They had line dancing on. I did get some slack about the Giants in Dallas game. Of course, I'm in Dallas. I'm a New York Giants fan. So
I know.
They got some riffs on me.
Did you bring any of my bro? You didn't wear it. We didn't wear it out in public, did you?
Hell no.
Yeah, it's dangerous for us out there. It's dangerous, man.
Seriously. I didn't want no smoke in Dallas. I was just trying to come there, do my business, and get back home.
Smart man.
Yeah, but I did get a chance to try the food, man. Barbecue was A1. I had the brisket, I had the chicken, I had the ribs. It was insatiable, brother. Like,
listen, I hear about Texas barbecue a lot. Is there anything out there that you had never had before that you tried for the first time?
No.
Oh, come on, bro! You're killing me, man. You gotta feed the soul.
Yeah, no. Because I stayed within like where the networking sessions were. Like even the extra Friday that we did, we went to a Spanish restaurant, which is actually really good, man. Shout out to Wild Salsa. They had some really good food, some good margaritas in there. We definitely had a good time in there. That was in downtown Dallas. But yeah, man, nothing new. Sorry.
All right, next time we get them next time. I'll tell you, we tried the alligator eggs, man. It was crazy out there. Like, oh shit. Yeah. They got, you go to Texas, things is a little different out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The last thing I want to do is be on a business trip with a stomach ache, bro.
Yeah, it's a little embarrassing. That's embarrassing. He said, where's Leah?
He's missed like 3 sessions already.
Hope he got 2-ply, like, you know what I'm saying? Man.
For sure, man. But listen, man, it is October, so that means Q3 has officially closed, man. So here on FCP, we always like to do a nice little check-in, see how is everybody feeling at this point in the year. So the first question I'll ask all the guests and you, my brother,
Mhm.
what is the most valuable lesson you've learned so far this year?
You're not gonna get more time tomorrow. Do that shit today.
Mm,
Every time, don't get me wrong, I'm a very big. Oh, we got tomorrow. You know what I mean? But it never hits the same if you could get it done right now. You know what I'm saying? So don't take tomorrow's time for granted. If you can do it today, get it done today, man. I'm telling you, it's the
mm,
only way to get shit done. Because tomorrow gonna be tomorrow, then the next day. Listen, don't
mm.
talk to me about the gym shit. I know Monday diet starts. I get it, but all other shit, do it today if you could for sure.
Definitely, definitely. For me, I have to say it's clarity is peace. And I say that because in such a high volume, fast paced work environment, I think the more you give clarity in anything that you're asking of anyone, the easier it is to hold them accountable. A lot of
Okay.
times, if you're a high performer, you really don't have much time to waste. And if you're a person that needs that visual, needs that clarity,
Mhm.
it is very it can be very contentious between someone who's just asking you to get something done or thinks you just know what they want from you. So I found that being able to slow down the process and really just say, here's the mission, it eases people a little bit as to, okay, when he sends a message this way, he really means he needs it like I got some time. But
Yeah.
when he sends it another way, I know, okay, yeah, nah, this this is like ETA ASAP. Like we really need to get it done. And it's been easier to communicate with people. And then of course with executive leadership, it's understanding the way that they like messages to be delivered because you only have but so much time with them. So you really got to be clear and concise on what you're saying. So that's been the thing I've learned so far this year.
What's up? What's up, Al? Now, I do remember at the beginning of the year we had a long list of goals and dreams and aspirations. How are your goals doing so far? Have you crossed any off as of yet? Going into Q4?
Ooh, more time with the family. I would like to say yes. We'll see if Shay Sweet Thing weighs in and gives the
Get
thumbs up.
get get the eyewitness. That's
Yeah, you
loaded.
know what I mean. I can say I definitely that has been on point this year. More alone time with my son. We're getting there. We've had a couple times where it's just been us kind of kicking it. When my wife is out, next week we'll have that time again. So looking forward to continuing on that. I think next year there'll be a better chance to kind of like make that happen a lot more.
Mhm.
So yeah, I can definitely say those two. What about you?
Yeah, I would have to piggyback your me time moment as far as finding little niches and carving out time throughout the days and week to focus on my own personal goals. I've been able to get that done, closing on a couple things as well. But
Nice.
yeah, I've been focusing on me man, as much as possible when I can because it doesn't. You always need more time for yourself. It's weird,
Hmm.
but taking the little, carving out the time when you can has been super helpful for me. So I can't wake up any earlier and I can't stay up any later. So finding the time in between that time is the best time to do it. But yeah, that is something I definitely improved on. The gym,
Nice.
listen, man, it's always 2025. Always 2025. I know I just said don't hate off on tomorrow. You can do it today, but the gym is a
Hmm.
slow burn. It's a process, and I'm not ready for that long journey ahead. I'm okay with that.
Mm.
In a very sad way, I'm okay with that. Oh man.
Okay, okay. So listen, man, it is Q4. What
Mhm.
is something that you can set for yourself, a goal, target, whatever that is non-negotiable? It has to happen before the year's out.
Get my Christmas shopping done before the 10th of December. That's a goal. Cause I ain't gonna hold you. I'm a last week renegade when it come to Christmas. Like niggas, I don't even start making lists like the 20th. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I'm a nasty, nasty Christmas guy. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to get that all done by the 10th this year. Shit wrapped up. So the last 2 weeks I could just like not spend any extra money, anything coming in could go towards next year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that is a very small slash big goal I got for the Q4.
Okay. All right. Respect,
How about you?
respect.
You got anything that you have to get done this year that you didn't get done yet in the last few months?
Definitely looking to get some salaries straightened up for some people that I know. They've been working really, really hard for me for the
Okay.
last couple of years. And yeah, that's a non-negotiable for me. I gotta make it happen for them because um, is you're only as strong as the team you got. You're only as
Mhm.
strong as the team you got, and being an advocate for them, rolling up my sleeves for them is what makes everything worth it. Because at the end of the day, man, we leave our jobs today, they're just gonna put somebody else in our seat.
It's a
But these
fact.
people, they've been going to bat for me for a long time. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna make you put your nuts on the table. Pause, man. Listen, as an advocate, are you are you willing to Tom Brady in order to see the others succeed? Are you willing to take a small pay cut to see the others get, what I mean, have more fruitful conversations?
So the funny thing is, in my industry, it doesn't work that way.
Oh,
But
these are
if
all
it meant,
hypotheticals. All hypothetical.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, all right. So yeah, in other words, yes, yes.
Okay, cool,
But
cool. Yeah,
if
I'm
you're
not cutting my check. Nobody. But yeah, yeah, it's hypothetical.
yeah, but if it was to lose something else in the just to make that happen for them, definitely I would do it.
So those are one of the many traits of a very good leader, which you are, bro. So
I
I
appreciate
appreciate that for you. You know what I'm saying? Because they may not know who you are after 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? As far as getting shit done all the time, but you get shit done, and hopefully they can see that. Even when you're there before them every day, and even
Yes,
after
sir.
them every day, but they'll see it. I know they see it.
For sure, man. So listen, man. First of all, I know we always like to give praise to those who are doing it big and doing it right, man. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure. I believe in August they completed I believe their third or fourth Invest Fest. I could be
Oh man,
wrong,
that's what's up.
but it's been really cool how they've grown and really established a enterprise, an entity out of what they do. And at this Invest Fest, their keynote speaker was 50 Cent.
Okay.
Um, and it was awesome to see 50 in this light because it just shows you the growth over time when you really apply yourself. And,
Mhm.
50 talked about a lot of things. He spoke about, having a disease called ambition. And I think we saw that because everything that you probably thought 50 Cent wouldn't be able to accomplish, he was able to actually accomplish, right?
Facts.
Um, then he talked about a lot of times in business or even just in life, when you don't need something, that's when people want to help you. But then when you really got a plan that you put in front of them and say, this is how you can help me, all of a sudden they forget the kind of help that they can offer.
Ain't that weird? Oh man, I have put so many little projects together. Oh, I think this would be beneficial. Yada yada yada. I see your vision, but let's do all this to it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Big
man.
facts, big facts. And then he, with the allegations that's going on with Diddy, he gave his interpretation of the reasons for why Diddy may be going through what he's going through with his
Hmm.
challenge against I believe it was Deleon or whatever
Yeah, the liquor
alcohol
business.
company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The fact that he wanted to own, not just be someone that supported their brand, became an issue. And one of the biggest things he talked about is you got to be careful who you make enemies of in business
Mm.
because they may have the resources to not only just stop your flow, but potentially
And
put you exactly end everything that you thought you were going to build, right?
yeah, yeah. The mountaintop is a steep slope. And I thought
Yeah.
Diddy might have been there already, but he might have seen something in the clouds. Says, nah, I think I gotta go a little further. I just gotta can't stop, won't stop. Like you know what I mean? But yeah, they put a stop to all of that.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, with 50, I heard he also got greenlit for no pun intended for the Diddy doc on Netflix. I saw it earlier.
I heard about that too.
Oh man, here this through 50's lens is going to be. Listen, I just got a feeling 50's gonna come out and like, yo, these ain't allegations no more, y'all. This is what it is, and we got the
Mm.
doc to prove it. You know what I'm saying? So I will be super tuned for that whenever that is done wrapping up. But he might, do it the right way and wait until all the trial is over and get all the story in the doc at the same time. So we'll see.
Yeah, man, I do not doubt that. One of so actually a couple things that stood out also that he talked about surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, and he used the analogy of, you work with people, you know what I mean, and then if you get a promotion, 9 times out of 10, you can't hang and be around the same people that you worked with before. You make it a little more than them. You got different responsibilities than them. So now you got to go hang out with the people who make the same money as you and got the same responsibilities, so you can learn a little something from them and figure out how to maneuver. And that really resonated because it's that fine line between trying to stay cool with your people but trying to ascend.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like
it's a gray line. It's a gray line. I've been with the boss at a site or two every so often, and I see somebody I know that's not in the field, that's not part of this corporation thing, not part of the. It's 9 to 5 grind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's nothing but love between me and this gentleman. So I found myself like, do I give the full embrace here? Is it you know what I mean? The bro hug, so to speak. But I'm like, I'm not. I felt weird not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I did it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what's good? How you been? Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm working. I'll catch what you later. Yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? And immediately after I did it, I kind of looked back. I felt like Patrick Ewing looking at the layup that I missed. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But boss played it cool. There wasn't no big issue. You know what I'm saying? But it would have felt weird going for a handshake with somebody that I never like shook hands for. You know what I mean? So I was just like, you got it. But it's climb the ladder. You gotta not turn your back though. It's weird. I'll climb the ladder, but I can't turn my back.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
But the number will change.
It is tough. It is tough. Because you're right. I think in the beginning, for me, it was the toughest, right? Like I would see people I knew, and it'd be the same embrace, same love, hang out in the the little lunch area, talk, shoot the shit. But then it was like after 6 months go by, a year go by. It's now I'm walking through like you said, I'm walking through the hallway with my boss. I can't do the same. Yo, man, you know what I'm saying? I can't do that. After a while, it become the, it become the point in the head nod. Yeah, because like when you're on the move, like the same time that you had before, you don't have now. You know what I'm saying? Like Absolutely. You had the time to sit in the hallway and shoot the shit before. Now you got meetings, you got deadlines, you got emails. You ain't got time that you see a dude in the hallway. Hey, my man, how's your everybody good, right? I talk to you later. You know what I mean? Like, and it's no disrespect. It's really just everything has picked up since then.
I try to let a lot of people know at the job, like, if you see me, just know I'm already running late. So please don't.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
If you happen to see me, just know I'm not where I'm supposed to be at. So please don't do that to me today. You know what I'm saying? But
that's a bar, bro. That's a bar. If you see me, just assume I'm already late.
Please, I gotta go. Just know if you see me, I already gotta go.
That's it. So we already talked. Oh, yeah, good.
No, I was gonna say, like, speaking of meetings at the job and all that, like, it's funny where you gotta kind of know your role at these at the conference, the weeklies, the bi-weeklies, the monthlies, depending on when it's happening. Do you find yourself at these meetings like how it's supposed to be for everydy's response, and they don't know how to pick up their response in time? It's like, do you see people long story short, do you see other people struggle in these weekly or bi-weekly meetings that you'd be like, I want to help you, but it's not my job?
Consistently, bro.
What do you do? Do you put them to the side after the fact? Like, this is what you should have did.
You know what's funny? In the beginning, I used to really want to help. Like I would say the exact line that what I think they're trying to say is. And I remember the first time I did that, that person was upset because they felt like, listen, I know you were trying to help, but that's not really what I was trying to say. Or I can speak for myself along those lines. So I didn't take it, anyway. I was just like, all right, I get it. I was wrong for thinking I was being on your side. So now when I see somebody struggling with their thought, quiet. You know what I mean? Because for me, I don't never want to assume that I know what you mean. And at this point, it's been made very clear that in this room, everybody's going to speak for themselves and nobody needs to speak for them. But just know, when I'm speaking, I don't need anybody to cut me off and think they can finish the sentence. I don't need anybody to because I stop them in their tracks, bro. I be there like, no. I got it.
I got the floor. See this right here? I got the floor right there. Yeah, you got to wait.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
I have many different experiences with that. Like I'm very on demand or very hands-on as far as if I see something, say something kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like I do my best to wait till after the fact, but like, you know what I mean? Do give a whole presentation in front of everybody, pointing to the Excel sheet. Oh, we got to do this for this quarter, this for this week. Right after the meeting, everybody clapping, well done. You know, I just kind of put my hand on the shoulder like, bro, the fly was open. I didn't know how to tell you. I was trying to, you know, give signals, but you were so into it. You know, so he's like, what? Yeah, man. I just want to take it for lunch. I just want to take it for lunch, man. And close that thing out, man. You ain't hearing from me though. You ain't hearing from me. And you know, a lot of people they get offended when you tell them they got something going. Oh, yo, you got something right here in the bottom of your right. Yeah, that chicken salad. Yeah, that salad sticking with you. You know what I mean? You got to get that out. Like some people see it and won't say a word.
Yeah,
and that bugs me even more. You know what I'm saying? So I keep stepping on those lines to inform you as much as I possibly can, as long as I can see it, but do it at the right time.
Yeah, I would do that too. Don't get me wrong. I would.
Okay.
If I see something like you got something on your face, I'm known for that. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people, like before they'll go into a presentation, like, yo, Sean, I'm like, yeah, you straight, bro. You know what I mean? Like, because I hate to see my people go out there, give the dopest presentation, just like you said, and then they have some mustard right here, and everybody's just staring at this, like this goatee is straight black. Right. Straight black. Nobody saw that yellow. Like
nobody said nothing. Now you're looking at everybody funny. Looking at everybody funny.
Hell yeah, man. But it's funny that you bring that up, man, because at the conference I was at, they were talking about fireside updates. There was a guy, Dr. Jonathan Efron. He's an executive VP at UT Southwestern. And he talked about having high-level leadership meetings where everyone only had 3 minutes, y'all. 3 minutes to provide their updates. And if they did not finish in that 3-minute span, they were cut off and the next person would go and they would have to wait until the next meeting to give their update. Now, but before you weigh in on that, do you have like dynamic meetings like that where you all give updates?
No, they're usually one-on-ones or if anything, maybe a 3 or 4-on-1 as far as, you know, updates of the crew and just kind of responding back to management.
Got you. All right. Do you have anybody who turns what should be maybe a 2-minute answer into a 5-minute answer?
Way too many of those. Way too many of those. Way too many of those.
So when I tell you this man, he had a very long presentation, man, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't his fault. They probably asked him to fill the time. But when he started to talk about that, you know, I popped up. I was like, wait a minute, like I thought I was the only person that thought there should be a time limit on how much time, because you know there is a time. Like I don't know if you ever seen any of those agendas where it's got the update and then it says 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It's real.
Some people they ignore the 10-minute. Yeah,
gotta respect that.
The 10 minutes. Right?
She really start cutting out at 8.
Thank you. The next 2 should be for questions. Like right? So when he said that, you know, I never really usually ask questions at these conferences, but I was like, no, I want to ask him something. So the mic comes over, you know, I'm like, listen, man, you know, Sean Lee, great presentation, by the way. Let me ask you something. When you was in this room full of executives and you introduced this fireside chat with 3 minutes, because I don't know about everybody else in this room, but I don't know one person who doesn't need 3 minutes just to get to the heart of their update. Yeah. And you started to hit a laughter throughout the room, right? So he was like, it was a non-negotiable. You would get cut off at the 3-minute mark if you were not done. So you know, coming into this meeting, the first 30 seconds better be hot. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it was interesting. So then I look at my VP, I'm like, what you think?
Thoughts?
To be determined, man. I don't know.
3 minutes is quick, man. It got to be concise. Got to be hot. Got to be potent. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
No, hey, no stuttering, no none of that. You ain't got time for it. You got time
Words of
for
Bernie Mac. That's a heavyweight run around bout. And most niggas done got knocked out in the first round.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. Or, other news going on out in these streets, if you along the East Coast or happen to be waiting on something that is delivered to your local store. Workers on strike, man, and they ain't playing this shit. Yeah, all these the longshoremen, the president, the VP, everybody's on the same accord, and they are not with this automation. They are not with these jobs that have been worked on hand and foot in the last 100+ years to just be given to a machine now that everything's kind of perfected to some extent. You know what I'm saying? But the LLA union president, as of late, Harold Duggett, there was an offer, a 50% raise and no automation. He said no to that. So now I'm confused. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they said no auto.
I thought that was the goal.
You know what I mean? I thought we was in a good space. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, a little bump on the paycheck, automation's off the table. I think it's what we were fighting for, y'all. My man said, nah. I will cripple you. We was like, dog, how many babies gotta we need this formula. Like, you know what I'm saying? People need these paper towels. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Costco was stupid this weekend for no reason.
Damn.
It was everything gonna be going up in another week or two if they don't, agree on something soon and open these ports back up and start receiving goods. Have you been I don't think you've been affected as of yet, but have you seen things changing in the neighborhood because of this yet?
I checked in with the wife, man, because I believe Christina actually was the first person who let us know about it. She's definitely worried. She went out shopping, and I can't recall if she told me right now she's feeling it, but she's preparing for it, because right now what she's hearing is the warehouses for what she uses, they seem to be fully stocked right now. The problem is once that, once that inventory starts, you know what I mean? So, I told her, listen, so, what can we get now that we can freeze and save? She was like, don't really work like that, babe. Like some of the, some of the stuff I got to make, it got to be right when I use it. So, you know what I mean? That's what hurts. So I was like, damn. I was like, so the price going up? She was like, price going up. You know what I mean? Until shit get right, the price got to go up.
But yeah, man. Hopefully they come to some sort of agreement real soon. But they are playing hardball to a whole nother level. So we'll see. We shall see soon.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And speaking of playing hardball, we spoke about this when we had Ramel on, how Amazon brought back the 5-day work in office policy for their workers. It seems like Amazon decided to do some sort of survey with their workers, and 73% of the surveyed staffers considered quitting because of this new policy, bro. Now, the key word in here is consideration. And I think in other publications you hear 73% want to quit. And the key word in that sentence is want. Because you got to think it through. Like, what are you ready to make that type of statement financially? If you can do that, hell yeah, you got the power. You got the ultimate power. But this ain't like the union. This ain't like what the dock workers is doing, where depending on what you're doing, right? And this is me just playing devil's advocate. Depending on what you're doing at Amazon, I think you need to think it through. I don't disagree, but I think you need to think it through. What you thinking, bro?
Amazon will swap your seat out like this. So it's rough. Like, listen, delivery guys, we're not talking to y'all. We're not talking to people that day in and day out driving these vans around, not dropping off 200, 300 packages a day. We love y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing, because I'm getting one box every 2 weeks. We need y'all to do that, right? But all the paper pushes, the log on at housers. You know how many people got keyboards at the house now, bro? We don't need you, man. We got people that's gonna come in and do the same thing. So I get it, and I want to fight for them, but corporate said we gotta come in. We gotta come in, man. It's not what we can do. Got to get your lunch pile ready. I mean, make sure there's gas in the car. Make sure your car's filled up. Do what you got to do, but they mandating that you got to get to work, man. Because standing on your nuts, you're gonna be somewhere cold with your nuts. You know, nobody want cold nuts, bro. Like, so I heard.
That's
I don't know
right.
nothing about that, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Don't let your morals stop your check, please. Well, I won't say
Yeah.
that too, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, think it through, guys. Think it through. Because
Please, please.
I me and Kenny have been talking about this for the last, 4 years since we had this podcast, right? Because since we had
Mhm.
this podcast, remote work has been a thing.
Yep. Right.
And I talk about this every day with people I work with, people from other institutions. The long story short here is if your job has never said that remote work will be permanent, if you did not sign a contract that says that, guys, it is inevitable that one day they will tell you to come back in to the office.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's it's just the way it was. So if you've been smart this whole time, you've either prepared yourself for the eventual shift to do it, or to say, "Oh, I'm good, guys. I got this going on. I'm out." But to be in the middle talking about y'all can't do this, this ain't right, unless you signed a piece of paper. I'm sorry,
Hmm.
buddy. I'm
You
sorry.
would
They
you would
can
hate
do it.
that you would hate that reply email to go. You know we don't have to pay you.
Yeah, you know what I
You
mean?
said, "Wait,
Like,
are y'all talking about letting me go?" Honestly, this is your last. It's your last Friday, man. Sorry,
I'm
man. I
telling
don't know
you.
how to tell you. I don't know how to tell you, but here we are.
I'm telling you, man. So just think it through, man. Make sure you got
Word,
all your affairs in order before you walk in that office and, like Kenny
word,
said, stand on business, man.
word. Speaking of last Fridays,
Oh.
oh man, they got Nino, man. They got Nino.
Yeah,
Got him. They got him.
yeah. You know what's
Nasty,
crazy?
man.
I was mid-session last week when somebody showed me this, and I was like, "What? Like indicted?
Yeah.
Indicted? Oh
Now, you
man,
know, you know how much info they got on you when they want to pull you from your chair. They go, listen, man,
yeah,
it's not looking too good, man. The feds are
yeah,
involved. We got you on wild emails saying yes to shit that you shouldn't be saying yes to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah."
where are you on the corruption scandal right now? Do you understand it? Do you get it? Do you
Uh,
see? Is it a big misunderstanding? You think?
listen, man. Full disclaimer. We here at FCP in no way, determine guilt or innocence, nor are we saying that anyone should step down or not. But what I am saying is that at this point, man, it looks very, very bad.
Eek.
Just from what's happening around in the administration, it looks very, very bad. There's all kinds of theories out there of where this could be coming from. Um, what's interesting to me is going to be where Kathy Hochul stands in the next week or so. I know there's a lot of pressure on her to put pressure on Mayor Adams. But yeah, man, this does not look good. That's my long way of saying this doesn't look good.
I know it's all allegedly, you know what I'm saying, but I knew with the
Yeah.
airing, man, something was off. Like we don't mayors, yeah, that like we let Jordan slide. He was the last nigga to agree. Like, yo, you in a position of
This is
power. You want to
true.
rock the airing? All right, we'll see where you go with it. Six ship, shut up. You're right. With the airing, bro. Get a bigger hoop. You know what I'm saying? But it's just some people, man, they shouldn't be doing it for that. What they're doing.
This is true. This is very true, man. Oh man, the city's in shambles, man. First Diddy,
Yeah,
Mayor. Like it's crazy, right? If you think about the chain of events, Diddy's allegations came. Mayor Adams says, "Man, I gotta take your key back."
yeah.
Then Mayor Adams is up against it. It was like, damn.
So you
Like,
shouldn't even been giving out keys, brother.
you know what I mean? Like now I feel sorry for the key
Uh,
maker. Like this key is
yeah.
following a terrible trend. Like whoever's
It's like,
holding
well,
this
he
key
said,
needs
why'd
to
you
get
make the
rid of
key? He
it.
said, nigga, I got the email. That's why I made the key. Oh, yo, it's nasty, man. It is
Yeah, man.
nasty.
It's a nasty trail following this key. All right, man. So I got a question for you before we get
Sure.
into our next segment. We're gonna dive back into relationships. I think we had some good engagement last week with it. Keep it rolling. Um, do you consider the term lover to be a title for someone?
They met the criteria.
If it met the criteria.
It's hard.
That's
It's
fair.
hard. It's hard to introduce that to a corporate setting, but
Right.
the friendly function. It would. I would. It's a lighthearted way of explaining someone to someone else. But
Yeah.
if you are the someone else, do you take that into offense?
That's exactly where I'm getting at, right? So
Okay.
of course, I'm doing my usual scroll through social media and I land on a podcast. And they were talking about how titles make things messy, man. Shout out to Horrible Decisions. Um, and I thought, yeah, lovers without titles would be a nice like novella. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like,
Mhm.
and then they came back to me and said, "Lover is a title." I was like, "Touche." So then I'm sitting and I was like, "But I've never considered calling anyone my lover. Did I never have a lover? Did I just jump straight to girlfriend?
Mhm.
Did I miss out on something?" Like I started to go into this deep
Yeah,
sunken
because
place of
saying love is solo, like, yeah, it's a corporate way to say, yeah, we fucking. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. You know what I mean? It's like, there's another way of saying that. You know what I mean? You didn't have to say
okay,
it like that. That's what it is. That's what it feels like when it's presented that way. It's like, no, we're not really
okay,
cool, but we exchange some fluids. Like, it's like, fam, dog. Like, we're not here for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this your partner? He says, whoa. I'm not here for the title. It's like, what the
okay.
hell?
That's
Oh
fair.
man.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Because I've thought about like old R&B songs. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be my lover. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I remember that being in songs, but I never was like, baby, you my lover. And then because I don't know how she would have took that.
How that go? How does
Like,
this go? How does this work?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, so what does that mean for me? Like, what are we? Just lovers? Like, that's it? Like, that sounds like a fight that I don't want to start.
It's like, yeah, as like I can see the whole conversation playing out. It's like, what are we? Oh, what love is? Yeah. But like, if a guy acts that to a girl and the girl goes, "Oh, we love is," right? The man just like, "Oh, sensational." Like, you know what I'm saying? But but the other way around, it might not be reciprocated
Yes.
the same way. You know what I mean? So
And I wonder why, ladies, like weigh in. What's wrong with being called a lover? You know what I mean? Like I figure in this new day and age where women are taking charge, right? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Right now, y'all are running the music industry. Y'all are
yeah.
definitely taking off in business.
Mhm.
Is it okay now to be considered just a lover?
It comes down to the old key and lock method. You know what I'm saying? Like this key should open up a lock. Like the lock should be should opening up all these keys. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Mm,
weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
mm,
you know what I mean?
okay.
It's weird. It's weird. Gray area. Gray area.
I hear you, brother.
Pending the relationship.
Very true. Very true. All right. Hey, just wanted to come to my FCP family and to just run it by y'all because I was just like, wait a minute, did I miss the
Uh,
lover
uh,
phase? Like,
yeah. Yeah, I might not be where I am today if I was able to use that at some point in my life. Then whatever. We love us, baby. Am I your only lover? What? Like what? He said, would you look at the Wi-Fi? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like something has got to give.
I said plural.
Word. Word.
All right. So I got a question for you and everybody hanging with us, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in right now, hanging with us. Here's the question. You're on the first date,
Mm-hmm.
but you pick up Shorty, and before you head to the spot, she's like, wait, I gotta pick up something from work. I really don't want to, but I really don't want to like inconvenience you. I know you got somewhere to be. You're like, no, you know what I'm saying? I'll take you. It's on the way. You know what I mean? No big deal, right?
Okay.
Um, are you taking her?
If it's on the way.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah.
like if I add the stop to the GPS and it doesn't go and it don't go more than 3 minutes up out your way, we good. You know what I'm
He
saying?
said 3 minutes or better.
3 minutes are better. If anything beyond the 5 minute mark though, I'm gonna be like, yo, what are we? You know what I'm
Are we
saying?
lovers?
Word. If we love us, I might stop. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, we just friends. Say, nah, I ain't got no time for that today. I can't. Yeah, it's not really the way my gas is set up.
All right, I feel you. I feel you.
How about you?
Um,
What's your take on it?
I would. It depends. It all depends. I think. First date. If I got plans and like I've mapped it out with when I pick you up, we only got like a certain amount of time from when I pick you up to get there. It's a little tough, but knowing me, I'm an early type of dude. So if I pick up early and it was really just to like kind of shoot the shit before the reservations, I'd probably take her. But here's the kicker: you take her to this stop. You know, she says it's before. You know, something to pick up for work. It's a sex shop. Yeah, it's a whole sex shop, bro.
Am I coming in with you? Like,
yeah.
Do they work at the sex shop, or is this like a ploy?
No, they have to pick up something at this sex shop for work.
For work. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I need to find out what your occupation was again. I'm not sure if I met you. Hi, my name's Kenny. I'm so sorry. I don't think I met you yet. Mad questions. Mad questions.
Yeah, I'm asking questions, but I'm definitely walking with her.
Yeah, we're gonna be late to these reservations. I'll tell you that shit right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely walking with her into said establishment just to see what it is that she's going to pick up. But you know, so she picks up whatever, and you start to have this conversation. And do you actually like get to the reservations? Because I think just from this incident here, it almost builds into who are you? I need to get to know this mysterious person behind you that needs to stop at a sex shop for work.
And you know, I'm also curious to know about your comfortability already, pre-first date, mid-first date. You know what I mean? You're okay with me dropping you up here and me walking in with you here to pick up whatever this may be. You know what I'm saying? Imagine what they pick up. But yeah, it could get crazy. It could go 1,000 different ways. But yeah, I definitely would like to be there for that pickup.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. So staying on relationships, man. When we're talking about taking relationships public, right? You've met someone, you've gone on a couple dates, it's time to make it official. And I had a friend ask me, what are some of the fears that men have when it's time to take a relationship public? So one of the first things that came to my mind is, of course, all of the female friends that he probably had relations with. What's you know what I mean? Like, he's got to be ready to say that those situations are done.
Yeah, as it should be. We're going public. We're no longer lovers. You know, we've moved on to everybody knows about this now. I think a fear that I would have is that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's drinking. So he sits up and he points at the screen. He's like, "Yo, I know who that is." You know, I don't think you want that in your comments.
Nah.
In the event, yo, this is my. Nah, I mean, this is my. You know what I'm saying? Somebody goes, "Is that such and such from such and such?"
Yeah.
That is like. I'm gonna have to DM you immediately. It's like, excuse how did you two cross paths?
Yeah, man.
Like,
yeah, for sure. If the homies is giving her the Michael Ealy hug in public, that ain't never good.
You're not spending my first date, man. Please, man. Please. Can you put her feet back on the ground, dog? Please. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. I think it's the outside opinion that you're scared of initially. I think.
Yeah, that's a real fear. That's a real fear, man. Like, you first make her public, and she for the streets, man. It's real. It's real.
God. Turn out find out some highway. It's scary.
Yeah, I think definitely the fam's reaction. You know, depending on how public y'all were before, right? Like, if y'all were just like to the movies, to dinner, in the house, not really going to each other's family functions, I think the family's reaction is going to be deep. That's a fear, because if they don't accept you, that makes things a little tough to work through. It's not a deal breaker, but it makes things tough for sure.
Here's a deal breaker question for you. You come into the family function, first time intros, right? And grandma goes, "Oh, hey baby, oh, she's not as cute as the last one."
Oh shit.
Like, are you just like grandma? Like, do you have what are we saying right now? It's like, what is there? Baby, get your jacket. We got it.
Yeah, I don't think there's much you can say. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, yeah. That one doesn't go down too good.
Quiet,
I don't know.
quiet ride home. Quiet
Oh
ride
yeah,
home.
100%, 100%.
Hmm.
Um, Now we are in the social media age, and a lot of times you'll see relationship issues spill out into the public of social media. And one of the worst things I really hate to see is when people try to mend their relationships through social media.
Gosh.
Because now your issues become documented. You see people post pictures of text messages. Like, if we thought people didn't fight fear in our era, this era, there is no such thing as a fair fight. It is just vicious. Um, what do you think when you see stuff like this happening?
I'm always scared of the outsider's receipts because nobody wants to see a receipt with commentary.
Yeah.
It's like, is it you with such and such and such and such? Because it's not your main. And everybody in the comments is going, ooh.
Yeah,
Now you can't respond to 1,000 people at once. You guys gotta hope you make that one person happy again. You know what I'm saying? So
that's it.
yeah, that court of public opinion is a brutal game that you should never play with others, man.
Yeah, man. Like we've seen some as vicious as what was it? Oh man, Krishan and Blue, I think.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
remember his name. And then we've seen as spicy as Cardi B and Offset lately. Um, it just
Cardi,
sucks.
Cardi and Offset is a lot to unpack, man.
Yeah, man. It just really sucks to see like the blows, man. And it's just like, damn, like the kids got to grow up and see this stuff documented.
Yeah,
Tough, tough
yeah,
business.
yeah. Super, super, super. Wishing the
Tough
best.
business.
Wishing the best for the kids' sake.
Definitely, absolutely, absolutely. All right, so this next one here I thought was really funny, but interesting. There was another study here that says men require at least two guys' nights a week to stay healthy.
Hmm.
When I when I saw this, man, I was just like, all right,
Healthy?
I don't know about healthy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about healthy, but I do believe having your own time does make the relationship stronger. Gives
Okay,
you all time to miss each other.
correct.
Gives you all time to kind of take care of those you things that really don't get to happen because you're always around each other. Um,
Hmm.
2 nights is interesting.
Yeah, because
'Cause-
because the weekdays you might squeeze one day on a weekday, but then you got to dedicate one of these weekend nights too.
yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. There are 7 days in a week. It is possible. I mean, I could Jezebel twice a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I do like. I'll be willing to make a healthy trade. Hey, I'll swap
It's a
one of these
healthy
guys
trade.
now to steak dinners. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
play the game.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I think 2 nights is a stretch just because of exactly what you said, right? Most of us average dudes are working a 9 to 5, so weekdays are pretty much shot. Yeah, and good luck trying to say bye to your family for 2 nights on the weekend. You won't have a family by Sunday.
we'll have one. We'll have one.
So yeah.
Monday gonna be quiet. Yeah.
That's it. That is
Facts,
it.
facts, facts, facts.
Definitely, man. All right, so we are going to make the quick shift over to the sports segment of the show. Appreciate y'all still hanging in there. Just sending some condolences first as we look at Pete Rose, who passed away at the age of 83. Had a very controversial baseball career. You know what I mean? He had the infamous conspiracy, I believe, for betting while he was a coach at the time,
Mhm.
and was actually banned from being, I think, retired or something along those lines.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um, yeah,
I'm not sure if they allowed him into the Hall of Fame. I think they did as of late recently. I'll have to double check that. I'm not sure, but I do know he was banned from ballot for more than a few years. But I hopefully they were able to let him in while he was still here to see it. Not too sure though. I have to do my research on that one. But
yeah,
condolences, man.
yeah, man, definitely, definitely. But in other news with MLB, the wild card round has kicked off. Go Mets. Hopefully we can make it out this wild card round and get into the playoffs. But shout out to the Yankees. I know they're waiting for their opponent right now. So, hopefully one of these New York teams can bring home the chip.
It's October, man. Time to get me a new Yankee fit. You know the vibes, man. I'm about to get some tips too. Just cause, just cause.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. All right. And then paying homage to another legend that we lost this week. The man himself, Dikembe Mutombo, man, Mr. Wave the finger, no, 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 not in my house.
Yeah.
But not just a illustrious basketball career, but what he's done for his hometown has been nothing but tremendous. Being a role model for kids out of Africa to go on and be tremendous athletes themselves, giving them that vision that they can be in the league and create a better life for themselves. Definitely rest in peace to Dikembe.
For sure. For sure.
All right. So keeping it basketball, man, this news here, I think, shocked everybody, including the player that was involved in it, man. We're talking about Karl Anthony Towns. I think this wave came out of nowhere, unless you
Facts.
were in the Knicks room when this deal was going down.
Word.
So Karl Anthony Towns, listen, man, before we go into the details of this, were you surprised?
I was more surprised than DiVincenzo getting out of here. I was like, yo, I was like, he held us down when we needed him in the last season. Like they're gonna just. This is why we can't build nothing, man. We ready to fuck up the foundation, man. We had them boys all together, gelling, all getting along. Gonna break it all up, man. But it's helped us, right?
So it's interesting if you think about needing that flexible big that can be more consistent. I think the problem with Julius Randle is availability. Sometimes they say your best ability is your availability, and that's been very questionable over the last 2 years, along with his production. And I think Karl Anthony Towns has always been that fit, that aggressive, just big that can, take it outside, take it in the paint, has a unique skill set. And DiVincenzo, I'm not that shocked because if you think about it, with them acquiring Mikal Bridges, you technically just have three versions of the same player between DiVincenzo, Mikal Bridges, and Josh Hart. They are literally three of the same guys. So somebody's not going to get playing time. So if you think about it, you had to let one go. You're not going to get rid of Josh Hart. Josh Hart is, I think he's a staple right now in New York, right? And you just got Mikal. So it was one of those situations where, you know what I'm saying, like you bought, you know what I mean? You bought the low brand, beef patty, but all of a sudden, you know what I mean? The prime is on the table. They're like, shit, man.
They put oxtail on that beef patty?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Say what? Say what?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna take it. Like, there's no way I'm gonna turn down that prime. So, somebody got to go. So it's like, hey, man, I don't need no damn hot dogs. Fuck them kids. You know what I mean? Like, hot dogs got to go. So, at this point, man, it did take some time in the beginning. I was super surprised at it. But then once I really thought about it, I was like, it does make sense that to trade away DiVincenzo. But yeah, as you can see from the picture we showed here, Karl Anthony Towns was shocked with everybody else with the 3-dot tweet. Like, what?
He said, Karl Anthony Towns?
Yeah.
He couldn't believe it himself. It was 10 at night too. That's funny.
Absolutely, man. So at first, he really didn't send anything. Usually after players get traded, they send a farewell to the city. But I think it went out today. He sent this official farewell. Minnesota also receives a top 13 protected pick via Detroit, and the Hornets had to get involved in the deal to make it work financially. So new look Knicks, man. I think the odds went up too.
All right, we'll take it.
Yeah.
I did hear there was some rumblings with Cat not gelling well with Edwards as far as dynamic or the way the top five was going on the team. A lot of underlings kind of making too many jokes towards him. You know what I'm saying? I think he kind of was. He might have been a little sensitive. I'm not in that locker room. You know what I'm saying? But from the little reports I did
Interesting.
see, it seemed as if he wasn't the happiest with them.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well,
Allegedly.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, listen, if Randall can stay healthy, that we'll see how he gels with Anthony Edwards.
Yeah,
I really honestly thought Gobert was gonna be dealt, but
true.
we'll
Or
see.
at a minimum, I thought he was
Yeah.
out of there. But what do I know?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And then paying homage to an NBA superstar who really didn't get to see his pinnacle due to injuries, man. Derrick Rose actually retired this past week. Phenomenal basketball player. Um, you think back to that very first time where he injured his ACL. I think it was round one of the playoffs when they were like the number one seed. And he just did a simple basketball move he's
Yeah,
probably done since he was a kid.
facts.
And that just was the beginning of just multiple surgeries, multiple
Yeah,
rehabs. And, you know, in watching a lot of these athletes' interviews on the podcast, you get a different respect for what we didn't understand from them as a fan. As a fan, we're like, you're getting paid millions of dollars. Get up, figure it out, get out there and play. But
facts.
you don't think about the mental capacity that these guys have to go through every day. Like, just thinking about if I make this move, is it gonna, just going back to that trauma of when that injury first happened, is this gonna happen again? How am I gonna feed my family? How am I gonna feed all these people around me if this
Word.
doesn't work? And just a newfound respect. So I'm pretty sure whatever he ventures off into, he's gonna be great at it. And but shout outs to him for just giving us all he had while he was playing.
That's a fact. Yeah, he unfortunately, said riddled by injury, but it was definitely one of the ones coming up that MVP year. Like Chicago was back
Yeah,
essentially. You
man.
know what I'm saying? Like, granted, we didn't get to the glory that we once knew of in the MJ days, but Chicago was on the map again with him on the roster. Um, but he's such a close knit kind of guy. I'm not sure what he would want to do post NBA career because he never really want to talk much. He was more on some more his actions kind of speak for him kind of guy. So I am curious to know if a lot of NBA players move into the the broadcasting and now the podcasting that being a new avenue. So I'm curious to know if he could because I know his stories are going to be spectacular. He ever chooses to share them with everybody, but we'll see. We shall see.
Oh man, I was gone for a minute, but I'm back.
Yeah, I see some fuzzies happening. I try to talk through it.
Nah, you did good. You did good. Let's hurry up because I don't know what's happening on my end.
All right.
Can you hear me good though?
I hear you good. I said, how you good.
All right, so let's get through this. WNBA playoffs is underway, man. Liberty are up 2-0 on the Aces. Game 3, I believe, is either on Friday or Saturday. So I'm hoping that the Liberty can close it out. But it's going to be tough going into Vegas against MV3, aka Asia Wilson and the Aces. So we'll see, man. So fingers crossed on that. Connecticut Sun and the Lynx are tied at 1 game apiece. That series heads to CT.
In Connecticut, yeah, they came back. It's gonna be a good series over there because now WNBA it's been home teams killing all playoffs so far. So to see them win one away, they just got to come home and knock out these two at the crib. You know what I'm saying? They should be good to go. Another item coming out of Phoenix. Listen, man, DeJounte Carrington, man, she's out here doing her thing. She's outside, wrong slide. She is out here doing her thing. Picked up the Most Improved Player of the Year award, and she honestly deserved it. She not only did what she had to do for her team, but she stepped the shit up out of her game with what she did last year. And the fact that she is one of the lockdown defenders that was on Caitlin at the times they played with her, but she held her own. She let her know that she was the one to do it. Sean is not here. He'll be right back. His Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi. No big deal. He'll be back. But outside of DeJounte getting MVP of the year, we did get some other terrible news, unfortunately, coming out of WNBA. But something we didn't see coming. Teresa Witherspoon, man. First year head coach over the Chicago Sky. definitely brought the morale up for the gang there. She had Cardozo coming in, injuries coming in, was able to be really good advice, mentor for them coming into the league, especially go for their prestigious college runs. But seeing her get removed in the first year was kind of rough. And my man Singley is back right on time. I was telling everybody, we showed some love real quick to Dejounte getting the most improved player a few seconds ago. Then I just
Yes,
moved
yes.
on to Risa here. What was your thoughts when they first let her go? Man, I know the season wasn't what they were expecting, but thought they'd give her a little bit of a longer leash, man. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I was hurt. I was hurt. I thought you saw in the press conferences how she protected the girls, how she made sure that
Mhm.
they understood the most important part of the game when they were on the floor. They were really starting to get into a groove. I don't know what happened in the middle of the season where Kennedy Carter, I think she was injured or just out missing some games. And then of course Angel Reese goes down with the knee injury. But they got a solid team. I mean, losing Marina Mabry was hurtful. I thought she was a key piece that would have really helped them to excel. But the business is the business. But yeah, 1 year. I didn't
That's
see
crazy.
anything about this 1 year that warranted letting her go. But it is what it is. I think this is one of those, and I hate to say this, I think this is one of those Mark Jackson moments where, they want a certain face to be over there with the notoriety that Angel Reese comes over. And I don't
Mm,
think they wanted that fit. I don't think they saw that face. Um, being Teresa Witherspoon, and that's messed up because
yeah,
there's no stats, there's no the team chemistry didn't work unless there's something completely behind the scenes that me and you don't know. There
yeah.
is no viable evidence right now for firing her. The only thing I could think about, they are trying to plug somebody else in there with the notoriety of Angel Reese and Camila Cardoza to build on that.
I do wonder who will replace that seat. It's a big one to fill. But we
Yeah.
shall see. We shall
Yep.
see.
Absolutely, man. All right, man. Moving things along.
With WNBA, has been a lot of free agency out. You know what I'm saying?
Sabali, Alyssa Thomas, Kelsey Mitchell, Kelsey Plum, Brianna Stewart, Gabby Williams, and you can see all the other names listed here. As these ladies become available next year, it's going to be interesting to see if they stay with their home teams or if anything changes. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that.
Is anybody here you see from the free agency list that might have to consider retirement
Ooh, um,
too soon?
I'm looking. Yeah, I think it's too soon. I think a lot of these players
Got
are
some more in the
still got
tank.
a lot left in them. Yeah, man, they still got
Okay.
a lot left in them. Yeah.
Okay. Like me
Yep.
personally, I see Gabby going, yo, y'all still can't afford me. I'm not. I know the Olympics was dope, and y'all, the buzz was here. We came back, you know what I mean, but we didn't have our goal, didn't get it met. So the expectations and the money that y'all was talking about never came to my account. It sounded like
Yeah.
she was preaching, so she might not be back. And Brittany Griner too. I think she's ready to start that family thing. You know what I mean? I know her wife is pregnant right now. I'm not sure if they have the baby yet, but I think she's had a roller coaster career as far as the last 3 to 4 years. I think she
This is
might want
true.
that break. Brianna Stewart, Stewie. If they get the chip this year, she might hit you out with the old salute, man. It's like it's like, yeah, Ben. Hey, I put in my work. You know the name. You know
Uh,
what I mean, I broke a record or two. I might be out, but I think those three might be on the way if they could.
all right. Interesting. Interesting enough.
Mhm.
All right. And as we keep things rolling.
This this right here with Devontae, man.
Yeah, man.
Right after the receiver doc, I just didn't see this coming, man. That's like, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
to be honest with you, I was surprised it didn't come out right after the doc dropped because
man,
there was some really there was some stuff that he said during that doc that I thought would probably rub people the wrong way in the Raiders organization. So
okay.
I was actually surprised they didn't try and make a move before. But then again, you don't make a move right away because you don't want to make it seem like it was because of the doc.
True,
So
true.
here we are, man. So we- let's talk about the rumored places that they say he may land, and then you can weigh in as to where you think he may go. So right now, I'm hearing the Jets reunification with Aaron Rodgers, maybe
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Washington Commanders hooking him up with the rookie sensation Jaden Daniels,
Think
Baltimore
perfect.
Ravens, that would be fun. Steelers, since they did go after Brandon Ayuk when he was available at some point. I said Chiefs just because I think I'm such a big Pat Mahomes fan, but that would be a cheat code.
Come on, man. I already. Come on, man.
And then my ultimate reach would be the Saints because that's the quarterback Derek Carr. He originally went to the Raiders to be reunited with. But my brother, you have the floor. What you thinking?
Baltimore and Chiefs are just cheating. You can't like if they get them. Wow, I didn't see it coming. But either one of those clubhouses able to get him, that's a cheat code. Safe to be dope, like you said, to get back with Derek Carr. Same with the Jets. I would rather see him in a Jet uniform. I think it'll be dope for the city, especially coming off that loss last week. But they shouldn't have lost. That'd be super dope. Jaden Daniels. I don't know if a veteran receiver needs a perfect rookie quarterback right now because I think they both have their own little quirks about them that they may not want to change yet. But Jaden does seem receptive to brand new information, so I think he'll be more than willing to listen to anything Adams needs to tell him. Okay. Steelers, I don't think he wants to go over there. Would be a nice fit, but I don't think he needs them more as much as they need him, so to speak. So he may not go that way. Who else was there? Yeah, but I think I would rather be a Jet. If I had a choice, I'd rather be a Jet or a Saint if we could. I'd rather get with somebody that he's familiar with as far as a quarterback is concerned and get a little bit more familiarity out in the field. When you have that connection with the quarterback as a receiver, it just makes the job that much easier. You know what I mean? So I don't think he wants to go anywhere where it'll be a tough situation or a hard out. You know what I mean? I think he'll go somewhere where he's wanted, appreciated, and I'm able to produce immediately.
Okay, fair enough, man. I like that. I like that. I agree. I think the Saints. Okay. I really, just for my own selfish New York reasons, being a Giant fan, I do hope he picks the Saints. I think finally getting to be with the quarterback that he was trying to link up with in the first place, let the man actually do what he wanted to do. I'm not sure what's going on with Michael Thomas or if he's coming back anytime soon. So, this would be ideal. But we'll see, man. We'll see. All right. So real quick, man, movie, TV, and music recommendations. Monsters on Netflix. This is the reenactment of the Menendez brothers. I am up to episode 6, brother, and it is wild.
I was told it was pretty gruesome, which is why I started to get into it, but I keep falling asleep on the first episode. I gotta stop watching this. I gotta stop pressing the play button when the pillow's behind me because that's a cheat code for sleep. So I gotta catch that when I'm sitting up on the couch, just focused, pre-dinner. You know what I'm saying? Not heavy in the stomach yet. You know what I'm saying? I gotta catch that when I am wide awake. But I did hear it was really good so far.
Definitely. And listen, Love is Blind season 7, the show I love to hate but can't help watching, is back with season 7. So far, the couple
season 7 back in the
seem very interesting.
Is back in the States? This one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the couple dynamics seem interesting and intriguing this season. I like the characters that they have there. I say characters because I still feel a lot of this stuff is scripted. I have officially crowned our new gaslighting king for this season. His name is Leo. I'll let y'all watch already, man. I'm only up to episode, I think 3 or 4. And yeah.
I always think the gaslighter, keep things rolling.
They always seem to find him. I don't know how they cast on point, but they always seem to find a gaslighting king each season. But shout out, just for people who've probably started watching it already, shout out to Brittany for trying to hold her own. But if you're watching the show, you know exactly what happened. But yeah, man. Gotcha. As we get deeper into these episodes, you know how we do. We'll bring you here to have some candid conversations about these people and their dreams for finding love sight unseen.
Yeah, I'm a purge when they get close to the end, man. Right before the reunion hits, that's when I go hard. So I can remember everybody's name come reunion time.
Yeah, man. Anything else
Man,
before we get out of here?
Wednesday, man. Appreciate everybody for coming out as always. Another weekly installment of the FCP Live series. We out here, merch in the stores, episodes out on all DSPs and YouTube. You know the vibes.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Have a good night, man.
Yes, sir.